The last poet for this evening is Carol Watts. As most of you will know, she's director of the Contemporary Poetics Research Centre at Birkbeck and the author of two very fine collections from Reality Street, Rack and Occasionals. Further publication, Mother Blake from Equipage last year, which I haven't caught up with yet, but I'm sure is equally excellent. And tonight she's launching a new book from Veer, Sundog, which I take to be something of a radical departure and very exciting, as you'll find out. Carol.
Thank you. I just want to thank Veer for being incredibly patient, because I've been sitting on this book for about 3 years. Partly because I lost the cover and had to find it again, and partly because it's a strangely toxic work for me, and so letting it go took some doing. It's called Sundog because I'm interested in sundogs, which are these fake suns, which are optical illusions. I don't know if you've ever seen them, you may have seen them. You can have multiple suns, about 5 of them, around the actual sun. That's one reason I'm interested in sundogs. The other one is that they're a kind of fake, gleamy thing. And so this book is a book about fake, gleamy things. It's also it's a wonderful, I'm really pleased with the way they've done it. There's a pencil drawing splurged and kind of stuck to the pages throughout, which is a pencil drawing I did of brain cells, neuroglia, in a neonatal optic nerve rat. So that it's got rat cells running through it. So it's about the relationship of the brain, I suppose, and glial cells in the brain, which is that bit of your brain called grey matter, which is actually a really important part of your brain. It's the bit where translations and transmissions of electrical charges takes place, and the relationship of that to big cosmic things. The epigraph for the first section of Sundog, I'm going to read 2 sections, the first and the last. They're all named after the sol-fa scale. I can't even do it because I would sound like something from Julie Andrews in Sound of Music. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And the epigraph of the first section is from Kepler's Harmony of the Universe, and it's called Mi, Fa, Mi. That is, the earth sings mi, fa, mi. You may infer even from the syllables that in this our home, mi, zuri, and fa, min hold sway. So that's the epigraph of the first section. I'm going to read this now. I have 6 birds on the go. Trust me. Go molecular orbits, echoes of disturbance and spectacular low arc manifold, each finding its level, lies in flat susurrations till we pass out. Celestial dust, lack, sundogs do this, glint of child, trust me. I have 6 birds, like fat, chuck, membranes rolled white and hexagonal, soft as many feathered beds, well hung. Meddlers rot under stars of indistinguishable hemispheres and waited for. Eating is good. Fat. Mock. Coriolis comes in on a curve, reeded like shiny waters stuck in finger refract. That's what I mean, though if someone caught me up on that, I'd be like shimmering and preened. What? Sundog knows its own fakery. 6 burning babes on the go, not speeding like sparrows, hung globular and daring retinal burnout, not yet clinkered, cold, flaming, slow, blushed as from the mouth of but hold on though, what is it? What is the name? Sucklings. Stoked up from this dark orbit, dense, universal heart, never where you left all these burning roundelays irritate the lifelike out of polar, trailing that late glare, maintaining mock gimlet severity, still as rosy as they bounce. I have 6 on the go, hung over me for me, like I could sing without barking in magnesium flare-ups, sanguine sundog, mock ellipses, green sunsets do that upper true sun, counterfeit smiles like I could sing terror woods, me for me. What naturally and suitable melody like cuckoos shines in celebrity tetrachords, swing low sweet sundog, too heavy to break with parheliacal constancy, turns planetary and spurious. I have 6 cast up, coronal, that's deep. Never could hold a note in the dark, go bobbing along, red-breasted the closer it gets, and solar, winded, over-shoulder shadows pick them out, sickening at attention, cold, fusing their own conflagrations are dense, blast damage, held in the sky, and everyone bathing in received light, wilder sunned spots, contending like the air rises to this point late in the day, but I have 6 birds cribbed and hungry with chorusing. Did you only just get this? Burning is a cold, cold, fat fate, poor sundog, a cold and chattering chuck, chuck. Burn yourself, asterisk. Trust me. I have this happy scene shining on the beach. Day for night vision demands elevation, but in the shadows, lines of transit work, their small striations botoxed out of crow's feet, scuttling in arc manifolds. All these singular, unpecked observances hanging their faithful orbs like a lantern to come home to. Me for me, skimmed from the top, naked and hopeful, relentless gleam, like permanent, as if receiving. They have such bonny faces, cherubic sun for eyes, and rays spoken like retro wall clocks. Tock, tock, baroque apology for awakening finds itself impassive. That guy screaming at the screen, I'll kill you, fucking sundog, don't want that bile coming into the room, dripping. Tried to sing against the tide this earth allows and burns off skywards. I have 6 birds on the go. La la la, me for me. The world puts it out so loud, all those shining putty in these hands are something not material, bugles fused and readying fake ceremonials. Go, burning babes, go, culvers cooing in universal rafters. Do you trust me in your circular breathing like you do? Ramble and forget me, sundog. The very sun seemed to be a new one. Like if someone caught me, we'd be finished with reflected gleaming. It is a dense, dark heart horizon beating a slow, fat rhythm. Pretends a gilded circulation, fat-cheeked carousel buoyed up from the mock merle. Lack you chorus, dear life, Sundog, and your uncomprehending larks forget what terraforms in song. So many open mouths following heat, as if galactic. I have 6 birds on the go, finding bright beads in the box. Trust me. That's the first section. I'm going to read the last section. 15 poems. There's an epigraph from Rochefoucauld in French, which translated is, "It's not possible to look steadily at the sun or at death." Sundog, you are a rarer thing than day. I am marked by incandescence and denial, skull traffic set all of-firing, landing lights, warding off the dark, the burr, and circling wolves, as if your white night burns unsleeping absence in chemical fire. Hypomanic stub, holding our attention, all of us, plants and trees, gripped and wheeling, solar. Keep this world in traction, strung up and trust, so sentimental your fear of international markets lack. Decision has abandoned you, infantile. Payback beckons, breast men. Night is also a sun. Scream it loud. Dole out erections, playing all the parts in brain equations, moral potlatch, or fall back on serenity, a calm of universal value. Nauseous accountancy, such terrestrial despair, self-hating, vertical. I want to begin again, or find in soft skin intricacies a history, or horizontal scent of knowing. Glows with the mouth, not interminable vision or cranial heroics where parodies in star-spelt distributions make this mockery of living, but where words, pure, detonating human translations in infant breath, or as grief rises, everyday convocations in air, which is the water, or a car, a clock, a sewing machine turning. What thread is this? Separation in love and life, its solar amplitude and notional extent. You cut out every woman's laugh like faces in a magazine, eyelets against the light, and it is you staring through holes, the way fingers high-kick a paper doll, solar digitation beamed through in substitution. She is not moving, Sundog, except your eyes would be her limbs. No one there but leakage, your galactic can-can. Did she leave by the window, or, unswollen now in time, slip through? Could swear I see her sometimes eddying in the glass. Magnolia, half hours, was it? The whitest light, float skeins of making, bind my flesh to hers. Each day this lit meniscus, doubled vision, turns translucent, becomes internal satellite, sets off in search of new opacities, dark orbital beat. That was the morning we lived and hummed, its riptide returning, sees it briefly, as if. Turns on her heel. Did you see her Sundog turn on her heel, or are you drummed up her grit in your pearl, calcifying frustrations, no gift in sunlit unshadows, seared in the maleness of you, its bluster and cheap resentments spread out and containing milky plenitudes, that soft infarction, not the one beyond sovereignties, still finite over breakfast. I may not be here, but hold your unsettling at a heel's breadth. Malicious place, comes without language, diurnal, climbing, like a clarity you would have her undergo, standing her ground, staring at the sun, her own companion in this face-off, no doubt taking your annihilating part, reflected back in compact, hand-held mirrors, commuting at daybreak, open mouths, brushing of brows and lashes or breath, misting the glass, turning from glare, or blotted on paper and directories, looking and looking away. Camouflaged like moths, passing in late season. We adapt to internal walls or flake from plane trees. Fatigued or bleached with the times, I saw her hidden between wings and surfaces, or in the motion of cars sliced through rain where sound and its preening unpeeled some timbre engine, and the tarmac would have gleamed her blackly, or red gouts do remain in after image, A-line skirts shaping the glare. I was all eclipsed. She was an angle in large trajectories. Maybe I can aggregate, if we all suspect these collocations, a sickened ease of astral gliding, finding in curved and wandering paths a glitch of red interruption, ruffled membranes noticed in time-lapse framing, stacked and superimposed over a circle, its outer radius forgotten. Some co-expression, fixed and stained in Saturday night blacked up variety shows. We were all there, the distance travelled, yellow. Then would you leave me, Sundog, bringing her into view, or does so much prevent it, like the earth is tuning out its syllables, militant, familiar, drowned in exogenous attention where peripheral hide stretches obscuranting drums too loud for spoken mouths, or ears cocked to blank frequencies arrayed in rubber masks, flattening out the face and buffered. So theft continues its blind sheen and distraction. And meanwhile, it seems reckless to assert life is no peripheral thing, a small scar on my wrist, proven tracery of birds which once were, endless flight. The woman makes her way through floods, at 70 years up to her neck. There is nothing more to see. A head in brown water, this inundation, her short trailing, this weekly scattering environment, murky and alive. She treads its most basic form as a function of time. Sundog, isn't this bad faith, or some confocal mesmerism that would have us balance a wrist and a head? Like I could do a comet's rush and bring that universal fat to bear in equivalences of a line, and still you gleam houseless head starts, sinusoidal oscillations, words don't say how, or bring this density to my absence while she makes her way through the brown water, while she made her way through degraded harmonies. And I find sight is a deep cup, thrown shadows in lipped, intuitive torching, a whale of rockets ascending, or scaled by touch when reach fails and the fuel burns out, falling back. We all fall back on song and echolocation of an ancient kind, not squibs and firecrackers, but this throated stack persistence calling over centuries, like voice beyond phantoms is action, potential, trapped and exhaled, a solar breath. To cut through all your mockery, Sundog, this dingo silence and patent gleam, to find you hold cold coronal below the line, sunk in plasma outflows, knowing how many miasmic furies caroling beyond your reach and frequencies do meet in riot and hot exhale, common to all the birds, set trilling, chorusing with Venus, turned a morning frontal outshining hue, a sack of past reflection. Are we finally now, in long refracted assay lack, comets are winded and find breath new-planed, vaulted, keen and open-mouthed. Call these birds awake, call out their fakery. Mock, mock, Sundog, go. Me fa me, so la la. Thank you.